honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly with you.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. 90. Whoa. Hey, tight down.
They run it with McCannon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It'll be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Ready up. Mike, 56. Right. Recon, 132 play. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check. One, move. And go.
On 1st and 10. Love. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. On 1st down now, a run with McKinnon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Set, ready. 56 deep out long. Here we go. Watch safety creeping. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Run.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Hey, Mike 52. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike 52. And he's go.
Looking to throw. Love. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Murray now on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now a play fake here on first down. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You got 3 down. That's it. 50's the mark. 50's the mark.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray, flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38, Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now McKinnon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
The throw right sideline here is complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Murray now. open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners. Murray now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Murray going to throw, going for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it'll be 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 15-yard touchdown run. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Scene 6. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. You better be afraid of me.
2nd and 14. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. Man open, it's Moss, complete. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game, and a 1st down as well. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here's McKinnon. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Got it. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. And watch your line. Box trap. 52. Watch 52. 52's the Mike. I got it. No. Check that.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. To throw on 2nd down, Love gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
15 Lonnie. Ready, go.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. He finds McKinnon. Complete.
Love's pass. Complete. It's a gain of 4. And it's third down.
Okay,
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
I got you, pump. Undercrush. Check 52. Watch twist. Trouble. Ready.
Back to throw. Love. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This quarterback now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. McKinnon. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
To throw on second down. Love. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
56. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Love. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. 70 in. Charlie. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic. Watch the screen. New mic 52, right 52. Coming. Check 3. Tight dog. Hurry.
Throwing on first down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Love. And this is caught at the 8. 23 yards the pickup there. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a it's Hines. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. They go play action here on first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down now, it's Hines. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown of the night, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gano the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On first down, Love. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at the 48.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They run again with Hines. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Let him know, let him know. Go. Jim.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Barrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Come on, set. 10 Tucson. Hey, come on.
Looking to throw. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Yeah, that's what I do.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run with Hines. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Check. Walk 54. Hey, let's get this. I got motion. Right there.
Shotgun now from Murray. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot. I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Love. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Nyheim Hines saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Gordon would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine, and you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, his second sack of the night. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here.
First and 10 at the Vikings 45-yard line.
Let's go now. Since the outlaws. I'm going to run you over.
On first down, Hines. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the slant.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that'll give them a first. Throwing on first down is Murray. To the right side and complete to Hurst. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
From the gun on third down, Murray. The open man is Shark. It's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll run on first down. Hines. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
You got nothing. Go. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Bring it. Mike 52, Mike.
On 2nd down, Love. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
At 25 to Mike. We're going.
On third down, Murray toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Love. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for you.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo plate, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
To throw on third down, Murray. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. McKinnon now going to try the left side. He's got the first down here inside the 30. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way.
Red, 50-50. Plant, 52, come on. Let go. Big stop. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And Elliott puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On 1st down, it's Hines. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. You got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll just about